DC. We're going to talk about the DC updates, man.
Yeah, definitely. This meeting is being live streamed. Got it.
You might as well call this one. Yeah, you might as well call this one like DC Gods and Monsters or something.
Well, let's see if it pops up. If it pops up on the Brothers Geek Out page.
This is live on YouTube.
Hold on, let me just quickly get into episode Last of Us episode 3. Hold up, my sound. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can
you hear me? Yeah.
Episode 3. So that's a DC. Let's just call it DC Studios. DC. So guys, you've actually jumped into our live stream and we're doing live edits at the moment. This is episode 344. I hope you guys are been well and safe. DC Studios. So we're going to be talking about DC Studios this week, but let me just quickly get all the descriptions and everything right. And we're still working on this live stream, guys, but I'm glad the sound is really good. Video quality we're working on, guys. I'm going to work on that, but thank you so much. We've got some new subscribers on here, and as always, we're a small podcast, and it's amazing to get to see how many of you guys get involved. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, man. G-Man, how you been, bro?
I've been good, man. Yeah, shout outs to all the new subscribers. I've been seeing some good growth. Yeah, I've been good, bro. I've been good. Another week in Dubai. It's Sunday, so getting a thing. But yeah, this week's been all right. Weather's nice. At least it hasn't rained, so I can deal with no freaking leaks and whatnot. Still need them to come fix all the problems at the house. But
yeah.
This week, man, check this out. Another issue in Dubai. I'm sorry, man. I feel like every week I'm telling you an issue and whatnot in Dubai. Like, Dubai is a lovely place, don't get me wrong, but services-wise, it loses. And I'm not talking about F&B services and all that stuff like that. Those are amazing. You meet the most nicest people in the world. It's services that you need. Like, this week was a credit card. I was supposed to get a credit card, yeah? Bro, they come to my house with a credit card a week late. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I'm trying to be smart with my money and get cash back credit card. But they want me to sign a check for over 140,000 dirhams, which is about 30,000 pounds. I'm like, for what? Where the hell did this come from? And nobody explained anything. Like, the bank didn't phone me up. Nobody's told me nothing on the app when I applied. There's nothing about it. It's a security deposit. But I'm like, I've never done this for a check. Never heard of this for for a credit card. And then I'm phoning them. I'm like, listen, I am not signing a check for 140,000. Take your credit card back, man. Either you sort that out, or just take the credit. I'm just like so shocked at some of the things that I'm learning out here. I'm just like, where did this come from? But the thing is, it's just this bank. I mean, not just this bank. Other banks do it as well, but it's not as common. But I'm just kind of like, man, the things that I learn being out here. I mean, at first it's a shock and it's frustrating, but then I'm just like, wow, things are so different. But I think they're doing a lot of these things because there's been a lot of scams here, like people buy up a bunch of properties and leave the country. People take up credit cards or whatever loans and leave the country. Like, expats so easy to come in and out. So I think they're
that's right.
But anyway, that was this week's drama, because I feel like I had a drama every week. I should have a whole series called like G-Man's
Dubai dramas.
Yeah, Dubai dramas, man, because it's been non-stop. But I went to the MMA gym, checked out a few this week. TK MMA Fit. I knew that was going to be the one because that's the one, like the biggest one and the most popular one. And you go there and you're like, oh shit, it is really nice. They got this big outdoor thing and all the classes. I mean, it fits the classes and the martial arts I want to carry on doing, like the wrestling and jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, MMA and stuff. And the prices works out pretty good if you pay up front. I mean, bro, I was training in one of the best MMA gyms, I think globally, to be honest with you, right? Evolve MMA. Right? And in Singapore, what you didn't realize, I mean, it was expensive. I was paying about £250 a month. However, world-class teachers teaching you. I'm talking about from jiu-jitsu to Muay Thai, MMA, you're talking about ONE FC world champions, Lumpini world champions, jiu-jitsu world champions, all of that, right? They're teaching you. So that's one thing. They got classes all day. Every hour on the hour, you got classes to do, right? All day. They got many locations which are very, very convenient, right? So when you leave that, you're like, damn, man, that was actually a really amazing gym and it was worth all the money. Like at first I was like, God damn, it's a lot of money. But then you just realize how much it's worth. Because the one I'm going to do or join, it's like 40 minutes away. I got to drive up there. It's in the middle of the city. it's the classes are only in the evenings. I can't do my AM martial art classes. I gotta go just in the evening. So I gotta redo my whole schedule, and be it from work to training to eating, all that sort of stuff. If I want to carry on my martial arts. But the price is a lot cheaper. I mean, it's like 60. If you pay up front for the year, it's like 60, 70 pounds a year. TK MMA Fit. So for the price, it's awesome. I just got to reschedule my life and start training in the evenings again. But it does make me miss Evolve MMA. Could just think how convenient that was amazing. But, this should be good. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to start from next week. My shoulder feels like it's in a lot better position. I hope it holds out. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I think I'm gonna do literally. I'm thinking of doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. Just beast it out those 3 days and just do 3-hour sessions, man. So like from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Just do Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all of that in those 3 days, and just beast it out, bro. And then Thursday to Saturday, just do gym stuff, work on my knees, my elbows, my shoulders, do all that longevity sort of stuff. But I feel excited about that, man. Still in the process of settling down. And I can't wait to get back into training. I haven't trained martial arts since October, so I'm really looking forward to getting back into that, man.
No, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to hear, man. Good to
How
hear.
you doing though? How's everything at home?
Yeah, it's getting there. We're almost finished Lara's room. We need to get her cupboard and everything's kind of getting there. A couple months, man, before new baby. So we're just trying to get everything all ready, man. And then work, just getting through work, man, to be honest, man. I made a decision. I think after March, I'm gonna look for something, bro.
Well, I mean, you know what it is?
Yeah.
Like, you got to just do it. It's not even about making a decision. It's about taking
that's it. I'm just gonna do it and go from there. But then so just to let you guys know, because I just wanted to work. What do you call it? What's the word? So I've been trying to get back into training and Wing Chun and all of that stuff. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to have to edge myself a little bit. So I'm running 56 miles this month. I'm trying to do like 2 miles a day. So I'm doing it for Cancer Research UK. We know friends, families members that are going through it. And I thought, you know what? I know I've been wanting to do this, but I feel like every time I do it for a reason, it makes me want to do it more. So a link will be in the bio, guys. Whatever you guys can donate, whatever you can help out with. So I'm doing that. So I did 2 miles this morning. But I did the first day getting back into running is probably one of the hardest things. I've already got weak knees already. That's confirmed. I've got a weak back as well. But I've had to learn I can't do outdoor running. That's the only thing. So I'm going to be doing it on the treadmill. But I can run at a pace, and then I know what's comfortable and the speed that I have to run in. But the first day I ran, which was the 1st of February, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday last week, I can't remember. It took me 20 minutes, bro, to do 1.3 miles, which somebody could do in probably 5 minutes. But it was at such a pace. The record was like 3 minutes to do a mile, right?
I think so, because before it was like under 8 minutes someone do a mile, and I think it's like 4 minutes to do a mile. I think, something like that,
I think it's like 3.5 minutes or 4 minutes somebody can do a mile. Bro, I was losing. The next day, the lactose, everything in my, not lactose, the acids in my legs losing and everything. But going back today, I got to do, 20 minutes, but I got to do 2 miles in 20 minutes. So it's picked up the pace on it a little bit. So, but I'm going to continue. I'm going to post that video up on Instagram, TikTok. But yeah, no, definitely on the health front of things, the past 2 days fasting and doing the running, I've noticed change, and I'm sleeping a little bit better because now I'm training. I think the body's like shut down, go to sleep. So, but last night I stayed up, bro, watched Black Panther. I thought, Alara had a second birthday party at her nanu's house, so they stayed, and I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna come home, have some snacks, have a game, watch Black Panther. And I suppose again, because I was in my own state there, it was like past 12, and I was like, you know what, I should hit the bed. I got to get up early and do this run. But I was like, I'm deep into it now. You get to the part where Queen Ramona passes away, and they go through the period of mourning. And you know what, bro? That movie should be talked about more, because what I feel, my fear is of movies now is that they don't have that longevity of people getting to enjoy it and talk about it more, bro. Because I think Black Panther has a strong story about society and the world that we're in at the moment now. But the grieving process, man. M'Baku plays a big part of that movie. That father figure, that brotherly figure, that only emphasized more when I watched it the second time around, because when I watched it in cinema, I couldn't take it all in because we were already emotional because of the loss of Chadwick. And each scene hit me exactly the same as it did in the cinema, but that last scene, bro, when he said Tashan is my Haitian name, and then he goes, son of T'Challa, King T'Challa. I was dying, bro. I was dying. I was like, by myself. I was like, I bet my neighbor heard me crying, bro. I was like bawling, bro. And I was like, he resembles him so much, bro. That smile, and you know what Marvel did perfectly in this movie, and what Ryan Coogler did to honor Chadwick Boseman was the moments of silence, bro. The moments of silence that speak 1,000 words, bro. That's where it hit me in the gut, because that moment when you see the little tribute towards the end, and spoilers, guys, if you ain't seen it, they give a really, really nice tribute, but it's in silence, and it gives you that time to breathe. You know what I mean? But I know that the actress Letitia, who's playing Shuri, that was her, bro. That was her in the moment. She got enough love for that, and a lot of people did, bro. Bro, there's so much things in this movie. Even like I felt for Namor a lot as well. The girl who died, and she goes, "Could you save me?" From Talokan, who got shot by Nakia. And not many people talk about, yes, he was the antagonist of this movie as well, but there was, just like Killmonger, there isn't a reasonable amount of, I agree with this dude. You know what I mean? I actually, what Marvel are doing really well now with their villains, and he's not a villain, he's that kind of anti-hero, he's gonna change up, he's gonna be on the good side, is that they make me feel for the villain. And I think they took that from DC, bro, because DC villains are DC villains that we can relate to, but they've made it really well connected for the reader or the person watching it to say, you know what, I feel this guy, man. And that's what Marvel have interpreted very well into their movies when it came to Thanos, Killmonger, and now with Namor, to emphasize with that character. So no, definitely, bro. I mean, we're going to talk more DC stuff, but that was that. And then you know what, bro, I'm doing some research, so I'm learning a little bit more about streaming and trying to do the live streams more often. And I've got this new Stream Deck kit. You saw it before we left. I bought it cheap on Amazon. It was going for a good deal, but this will allow us to put logos and stuff up. I press the button, but I need to learn another program to do that. But good news, we're getting our logo rebranded. I wanted to do new merch, new logos. I've invested to an artist named Raheem Slim. You already know him, little brother that does amazing artwork. I sent him some of our photos. We gave him the original logos. I said, dude, we need a rebrand. We're starting to do more things. And I want the clothing to look good as well, because I've printed some of the stuff, and I know we got the hats and stuff, but I was like, if we can make it slightly a bit more simpler, that we can do better t-shirts, better stuff. Like, I want to have some merch so people can just, support the channel. I mean, whatever you guys do, because we do this because we love it, but whatever, seeing you guys in the tops and the mobile phone cases and stuff like that, it's just amazing, when people tag us in pictures and stuff. Got another giveaway going on the Twitter as well, so there's lots happening, bro. So I'm trying to maintain a steady amount of things to do, because I feel like, I don't want to, I think this year I've learned, like, I want to work smarter, bro. I want to work smarter. So, trying to prep myself for certain things, and we're still waiting for confirmation from, they've got it. It's in the universe. I didn't realize I got very excited. Replied to the email, we have to wait for your request. I was like, shit, man. It got me excited with that email, man. So when the time comes and when you see it, then, that's another big, massive achievement out of, taking a risk and putting it out there. And it's going to get busy. I know there's 2 people that have already messaged us regarding becoming fellow brothers to go watch the screenings. That's amazing, guys. As soon as, when baby number 2's here and I work out the plans, I'll let you guys know. And definitely, man, you guys go review the movies for us and go enjoy the experience. And, thank you for reaching out to us as well. So that's amazing, bro. We've got some really good messages on TikTok recently, people
amazing.
that listen to the podcast as well. And it's like, it's small, and it's nice to have, somebody was saying it was great to have people of diversity on topics like this, and giving their point of view and stuff like that. So it's got me more excited. This week got me more buzzing. I mean, work's been fucking busy as always, takes over your mental state. But Alara bought me a diary. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, it's getting blurry.
Yeah, it's got little puppies on it and stuff. But I know now that because of my dyslexia and I'm getting slow, bro. I'm generally getting slower in things. So I have to see things visually to get things done. Where before I was concentrating on my phone too much, and I didn't want to be on my phone. So my little Laura got me a diary, which I look at every day, and reminds me of what things I need to do to get done during the day. And it's helped me massively plan out my stuff. Because before, bro, everything was just on my phone in notes. And I'm trying to tick shit off and then realize, I'm not giving 100% of my focus in the things I want to do. So, that's life, bro. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But with age, man, slow down kicks in, bro. Reflexes is not as quick as it used to be. But hopefully with training and shit like that will help. And I'm going to get back into Wing Chun as well. I dropped the message the other day saying, I'm looking to come back to class. I need to get back. I need to get my reflexes. But my reflexes are slow, bro. My manager punched me the other day. I was like, you son of a bitch. Hurt me, man. Why are you punching me like that for, man? And it wasn't a punch because I didn't punch you. I slapped you. I was like, it still hurts, man. I need to get my Spider-Man reflexes back. Massive shout outs to Sky Cinema. Oh my God, you guys are absolutely awesome. Let me show you this fucking this thing. What's the date today, bro? Damn, you guys, if you guys, the episode comes out tomorrow, but it's live now. If you guys are watching, then Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man, Toby, Andrew, Tom, all available on Sky Cinema right now. In celebration, bro. That's amazing. That's all Spider-Man in one place. This motherfucker is probably this is a 20 kg book, bro. Volume 1. No, bro, I'm not even joking, bro.
Any exaggerating games?
No, seriously, bro.
But probably
honestly,
a kg will be.
No, man, hold up, man. This is 20 kg, bro.
Holding a 20 kg book like that.
Look at this, bro.
Massive.
It's a 20. It's massive, bro. It's heavy though. You know what?
He's still forcing it to be a 20 kg book.
It's 20 kg, bro. I'm telling you, I go squatting with this, bro. It's 20 kg, bro. Trust me, when you get it, that's massive. But anyway, volume 1. This is 1962 to 1964. Massive shout outs. It was gifted by Sky Cinema. You guys are absolutely amazing. And check out the Spider-Man, man. It's all on Sky Cinema at the moment. All of them. All the Spider-Man in one place. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Oh shit, what have I done? But yeah, I've been lucky enough to, you know what, I've got to say, it's been good. It's been a good journey. It's been a good journey. When people reach out to talk to us about comic books and movies and the rest of it, and that we've got an imprint in there. Oh, it's really good, man. Really good to hear. Yeah. So yeah, all right, man. Let's
Well, I wanted to go back a bit. You were right.
Go on.
Just a real quick, like the fastest mile that's been running is 3 minutes 43 seconds. So you're right. It's under 4 minutes.
God damn, man.
But I know, but these people are beasts. They're different kind of people, man. But I wanted to say to you, because I know you got bad knees. I'm sorry to go back. I know you got bad. Listen, you need to do, and I promise you, bro, what you're doing is amazing. To keep doing that. You need to do some knees over toes shit, man. Follow that guy on YouTube, follow that guy on Instagram, follow some of his exercise to warm up for your run, bro. Before you start running forward, just get on the treadmill, turn it off, right? And just walk backwards. Don't have the treadmill on, just kind of push it backwards, like put your back against the bar. And then just walk backwards. You've seen my Instagram when I walk backwards, right? Do that for 5 minutes, but it is one of the best things for your knees. Follow the knees over toes, guys. Do some of these exercises, bro, because it will really, really freaking help your knees, especially if you're doing this 2 mile run thing every every day for the next 54 miles for this year. Make sure you do it, or this month, sorry. Make sure you do it, bro. Trust me, bro. At least something. It'll be important.
No, definitely, without a doubt.
I think it's important, bro. It's so important. Listen, me getting into martial arts again, I always keep talking about it. I get smashed because I'm the smallest guy in the gym. So it's super more important for me to, like, yes, keep my endurance up, keep my strength up, but do all these longevity exercises. That's why my shoulders fuck, my knees fuck, my backs fuck, my neck, because I'm getting smashed. And when I mean smashed, it's not that, I mean, technique, of course, people have technique as well. I have my technique. But when a big person smashes you and smashes your bone and your muscles into the floor, it's just not healthy, right? And when I say not healthy, I'm talking about there's amazing smaller jiu-jitsu fighters. And it's most like smaller jiu-jitsu fighters are probably better because they have to rely on technique rather than power and stuff. But you are getting, I am constantly getting smashed. And, so one thing that I get nervous about going to martial arts, and now I'm going to a new gym, I get nervous about it because I am going to be walking in there as the new guy. I'm going to be walking in there with a purple belt on. People are going to be looking at me, and I get nervous, but that's the one thing I do when I go to a new gym. I just overcome that fear and I say, all right, well, I'm here to train. I'm not here to fight anyone or whatnot. I'm here to train. I know I'm going to get smashed, but I'm going to try and give you a good run for your money. But it's important. That's what I'm saying. With your running and stuff, the knees over toes, just to protect your knees, man, in a different way. I do the same thing with my stuff. So just do that, man. Trust me, please. Just for your warm-up, just walk backwards for 5 minutes on the treadmill with the treadmill off. And that will allow good blood flow to your knees, kind of good flexibility on your hamstrings and behind your knees and all that sort of stuff. Trust me. But yeah, cool. Listen, man, let's get into some news, man, because a lot of shit.
Yeah, definitely. So I think we leave the DC stuff to the end.
That's the main stuff, man.
Let's jump on to go through it, bro, man. I'm gonna follow your lead.
All right, cool. Well, you already mentioned Black Panther's already out on Disney Plus, so go watch that.
Check it out, guys.
Ashraf watched it today, which was awesome. First time he watched it because he had the baby. All right. Invincible live action movie. Have you heard about that?
Yes, bro. So listen, man. I think the animation's amazing. My only problem is that I feel like the animation has a larger stake in being really true to what the comic books are. Does that make sense? So I find it hard for a live adaptation to come to fruition, basically. So, but it'd be amazing. Listen, man, we're in a time now where we get live versions of these movies. It'd be very interesting, bro. This is like Dragon Ball Z on a different level. Violence, blood, all sorts. I mean, I can't think of who the actors they picked, like, who could play these characters, but if they do it, bro, why not, man? Let's watch it, man. Let's see it, definitely.
Well, it's got to be as violent as The Boys because the cartoon is very violent, right? So if you're going to do a live action, it's got to be as violent as they've done it in The Boys because they done that really well, right? It's super violent, people blowing up and guts and shit and stuff like that. So they got to do it like that. Otherwise, if you tone it down just because it's going to be live action, then it takes things away. So I feel like, the animation is good as it is, but let's see, and hopefully they do it well. All right, next one, Bad Boys. What you gonna do? Bro, so Bad Boys 4, you saw the Instagram or video reel that Will Smith posted with him and Martin Lawrence. Bad Boys 4 has been announced. What do you think about that, man?
Yeah, listen, bro. We are in an era now where what the Marvel Cinematic Universe has done has allowed these franchises to continue, which I gotta say, bro, I give them praise, bro. I love those movies. I love seeing them guys together and whatever drama they're going to go through. I mean, the last one wasn't amazing, but it's great that they can continue these stories and you get to follow these guys on their journeys still, It's I said this on a podcast probably last year sometime or 2 years ago when, we get to still see Stallone playing Rambo and Rocky. I could still take Dad and watch it. It's a generational thing that it kind of gels people together and say, let's go watch this, man. Let's go do this. We've been through their journey with them. So the fact that they're continuing it, I'm happy to see it happen. I know some people, oh man, like the comment section as always, and everybody's thoughts on it. The last one was basic and the rest of it. I even got a couple of comments as well. And I've started to not respond, but like, kind of put people not in their place either, just saying, like, dude, this is amazing. And I can't say anything because the DC stuff you'll get into, there is, it is a mixed crowd, and his name's trending again to get him fired. It's like, what the hell? But yeah, listen, great. I'm excited to see it, bro. I'm excited to see it.
I mean, look, I always say Joe Rogan's #1 and best rule ever: paste and walk away.
Paste, yeah.
Paste. What do you call it? Paste as
Post and ghost.
Upload. Post and ghost. Yeah, post and ghost. Yeah. Upload and ghost. Don't look at the comments. Don't look at. I don't. And I've seen comments. I've seen some bad ones, but I'm just like, I don't give a. If I see some good ones, I give them a little thumbs up or a little.
Yeah. That's right. Same.
But bad ones, I don't even look at those, bro. To be honest with you, so I don't really give a shit. But yeah, I enjoy. Bro, I just like those two together, man. They're so funny. It's just, even just seeing them two in action together just makes me laugh, bro. So exactly. I enjoyed the last one. I mean, it wasn't as good as 1 and 2, of course, but it was just fun to see those two in action. And it's always good to see Martin Lawrence as well. He's a legend in comedy as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I agree. It's Marvel, the MCU, whether people like it or not, or studios or whoever likes it or not, has kicked off something where, you can have like just carry on with stories and just start creating different universes and have things connected, like never been done before. So like it or hate it, man, it's definitely done something great for cinema, I think, for sure.
It has, bro. It has, because we get continued stories now, which we wouldn't have got before, because studios will be like, nah. But now we've got streaming services and, all the rest of it. So it just keeps going. But my only issue now with cinema and movies that come out now is the longevity of it. Because I feel like, as I said, like Black Panther, bro. Come on, man, didn't give it space to breathe. Then you had Way of Water come out, and it's like, nah, man, it just needed some more. Because that's why I feel like, Endgame and Infinity War and all those previous Marvel stuff was, it had time to breathe, bro. People could see it more often. There's rewatchability to it. And then, now you're giving it 2 months and it's on, 3-4 months and it's out on Disney Plus. It's like, bro, I remember back in the day, man, we waited 10 years, bro, for it to come on TV, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't mind it going on the streaming service because at least that way more people can watch it. It's like you said, I mean, look, forget about Way of the Water. Like Ant-Man comes out next week. Yeah. So, you're already, and trailers for Ant-Man came out, you know what I mean? So November, you got Black Panther. And then immediately, I can't remember when the first trailer came out, but first trailer for Ant-Man comes out, say January or something. So really, there is no longevity. It's like, all right, we're done with Black Panther, move on to Ant-Man. Because the trailer's already telling you, all right, it's time to move on. It's time for phase 5, the true phase 5 and all this sort of shit. So Black Panther, and not just Black Panther, but just movies in general, it doesn't get that same longevity where you're just like, I mean, because I'm not going to watch Black Panther yet. I'm going to wait maybe a bit more time and watch it again at home. But we watched Gladiator the other day because the missus hasn't seen Gladiator. So I watched that. We watched the extended version because after Hans Zimmer, the music's lovely. Amazing, not just lovely. Yeah. One of the best soundtracks. So I was like, you got to watch the movie to like give you more context behind the soundtrack. And she watched it yesterday. She enjoyed it. Brilliant movie. It's such a great movie. I mean, I think I put it down on the list. I think there's a part 2. I saw something about a part 2 and a date release and whatnot. I still don't know what they're going to do with that. But longevity. Anyway, next thing, what else? The Terminal List has been renewed for season 2 with my guy, Chris Pratt. Have you seen that, yeah?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. It's about the Navy SEAL that, goes through a lot. And now he's going to, his best friend was all in it. So it'd be interesting where they go with it. Definitely, I really enjoyed the show. It's a different level of what the Punisher did. It's the same story almost.
Just different strategies.
But I think Chris Pratt is really good. He was really good in that role. So definitely one to look out for.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm a huge fan of Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
And I love that show. Like I said, I always relate those things back to the Punisher because he's my dude, obviously, as you can see. But it's just different. Punisher's very raw. He's strategic, don't get me wrong, but he's upfront and raw. He doesn't have time to talk and he just blows up people and shit. But I mean, great show, man. So I'm looking forward for them to doing the season 2. All right. another one that's getting a season 2 is Hit Monkey on Hulu. Did you watch the first season?
I didn't watch the first season, so I'm gonna have to jump on that and watch that. I heard it was good though. A lot of people enjoyed it.
Really good, man. So much fun. It's comedy, it's jokes, it's it's a Marvel piece. They do reference a few of the different characters, Marvel characters. They're not in it, but they do reference them. And it's just a fun, it's really fun and easy to watch, man. So definitely one to check out, bro. If you haven't seen it. I'm glad they're doing the season 2.
Awesome. No, I'll check that out, definitely.
All right, what's your thoughts on this, bro? I kept seeing a few things. Stephen Dorff, who's a bad man in Blade 1, he recently has been blasting and saying, the new Blade's going to be shit, it's worthless, garbage, bullshit, we already done it, we made it the best as it is. Now, don't get me wrong, that first Blade movie is awesome.
Hands down.
Apparently, it saved the MCU because it made 100 million something in the box office and apparently that's the story. And yes, he's right. They done it perfect. But this is something new because you're going to be a part of the universe. End of the day, your Blade movie, unfortunately, wasn't a part of the universe at that time. This is something new, a part of the universe. I agree with him. Trying to do a Disney Marvel version of Blade might not be what you're looking for. I agree. Same with the Punisher. I'm going to be when they do bring him in eventually, hopefully, I'm going to be a bit cautious too. You can't do a PG version of the Punisher. But the fact that you're just blasting it, like, I feel like, what is it? What's the word, man? It's like, I don't know. Why don't you just be like, listen, our Blade movie is always going to be the epic one. And I wish them all the best with the new one. Hey, and if you ever want to give me a role, give me a shout. That's how I would have handled it. I don't know. But it takes nothing away from the old movie because that is amazing. But I just feel like, man, Stephen Dorff, you're awesome, man. Why you gotta blast it that way? But it is what it is, I guess. That's his opinion, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opinion, bro. There's only so much we can kind of say about that. And he was a good villain, man. It's a shame that I don't know why people feel like that for, but then it's the industry, bro. These projects and franchises have taken up so much now. People feel like they're lost. They don't get the praise that they deserve. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I don't think that's true, man. I think Top Gun, I think Avatar, that proved things wrong last year and this year.
Yeah, no, definitely, without a doubt, and I can agree with that. But there's some people,
everything,
bro.
Everywhere, all at once.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so much proof that actually the movie industry, I don't think, yes, it's changed, of course, but there's still so much for everyone. If you just ignored all the comic book stuff, you will still have a shitload of amazing content to watch. So if you're the person
exactly.
Like, fuck this comic book shit, you can say that. You can literally say, fuck this comic book shit, I don't like none of it, and just don't watch them. And you will still go to the cinema and see amazing movies. Like The Whales. I don't think I don't know if you've seen it or if it's been out.
No, I'm gonna go watch it this week. Yeah.
Go watch it. Go to the cinema, go watch it. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things.
Support it. That's the main thing. But the problem is, though, is you have a massive catalog of people. Well, I don't even say we're critics or reviewers, really and truly. We're just two guys that talk about stuff.
Fans, isn't it?
Just fans, yeah. So
now we ain't no expert.
People watch. Yeah, exactly. People watch that stuff. Like, we didn't study film, bro. I'm not a critique like that. So I just say what I like and what I enjoy. If I didn't like it, I don't have to be negative about it. It's just, it didn't sit with me. It wasn't for me. But the problem is people take it too personally and they destroy the people that do the work. And you listen, Brendan Fraser, for that film, and with what I've heard and seen already, deserves all the love. I know it's going to be a great film. It's going to be a touching film. I'm going to go catch it this week. But there's people, bro, we're followers. We're sheep. We watch people's reviews and buy things on it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I mean, listen, no disrespect to critics and whatnot. People go to film school and want to be a critic. The fact is, there's 7 billion people on the planet. Whatever you've studied, like, how is that gonna like? How is like every human being's different? Now, yes, you're gonna get people who who you can reach out to and say and convince them that this product is amazing, this movie is amazing, whatever it is. But it's still 7 billion people on this planet. So whatever you say doesn't mean it goes. Like, even though you might be an expert, it does not mean that you're right. You might be right for certain people. For a lot of people, you're not right. Like, they're just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go watch the movie anyway. Or if you're saying it's shit, I'm gonna watch it. If you're saying it's amazing, but there's so many Oscar movies that I haven't watched. Just not because they're not crap at all. I just don't. They're not for me. I find them boring. It's not for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. So I just don't think something like, when people just like, I'm a movie expert, and they are. Don't get me wrong, but you got the greatest in the world like Quentin Tarantino saying, I'm not into this Marvel shit. But he's one of the greatest directors ever. That just because he says it doesn't mean that it's right. No, because billions of people are into this Marvel shit. And in fact, he said, if I was younger, for sure, like in my movie Pulp Fiction, they talk about the Fantastic Four and all that sort of shit. I love all that stuff. I'm just not into the movies now. It doesn't mean that because one of the greats of all time says that he's not into it, that means it's crap. No, it's just his individual opinion. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, exactly.
Everyone has that. I just don't think you could speak for everyone, but you could just give your thoughts. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, people ask me for my thoughts and I'm like, bro, I liked it or I didn't like it, but you should check it out. I always say you should go check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
You might not like it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the new Blade. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be
Let's
sick.
do it, bro. Let's do it. I'm excited
Right.
as well.
What about my guy, Jackie Chan, still doing the damn thing? My guy's got and he's probably got way more new movies, but he's got a new movie coming out called Ride On. And it's coming out on his birthday, which I don't know when his birthday is. I think it's I think this might be a Hong Kong or China movie.
Okay, cool.
It's about him and a horse and whatnot. Let me see if I can find it. Jackie Chan's birthday. Jackie Chan birthday. It is on April 7th. So that's when that movie's coming out. Hey, anything Jackie Chan? I mean, I've probably missed a lot of his movies, but anything Jackie Chan, I'm always up for. Such a legend. I can't wait till they do Rush Hour 4. That's going to be freaking hilarious. But yeah, legend. Legend of Jackie Chan.
No, I look forward to seeing that.
You know, I'm going to save this one till later because we're going to talk about DC stuff later. In London, if you're in London South Bank, Sony's doing a big PS5 sort of advertisement. Kratos's axe. What do you call it? How do I read this? Leviathan. I'm not going to read that. Anyway, his axe. There's a massive axe of Kratos's axe in South Bank, London. If you want to go see it, go take a picture and whatnot. But I think it's one of Sony's little Sony PlayStation marketing thing. That game is awesome. Do check out the Brothers Geek Out gaming channel. I am playing it, putting out little clips here and there.
Links in the bio, guys.
Cool. All right. Who's this? What's this? Michael Shoes, if you remember, he calls Fancy Up. Oh, they're gonna do a Michael Jackson biopic. Oh, is this Michael Jackson?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, and he's his nephew or something.
Yes, that's right.
There's no one. I freaking copied and pasted the wrong thing. Anyway, there's no one better to step into Michael's family member. Anyway, they're doing a biopic. Listen, Michael Jackson's one of them guys, right? And I know all that controversy shit happens. Whether it's true or false, I'm not here to say if it's true or false, right? But I bet you any money, man, you still listen to it. Everyone still listens to his music. You know what I mean? You can't cancel that motherfucker. Like, whether it's true or false, and I'm not here to say if it is, you can't cancel that motherfucker because his music is so freaking good. When you put on like Billie Jean or Bad or Smooth Criminal, you're like, this is a fucking tune. And this guy can move. And you forget about what might or might not have happened.
It's a shame. It's a shame. Because I don't believe in it. But the way the media works, you know what I mean? The way the media works, and the way consumption of things are, that was, it's such a shame. But listen, bro, he's a legend. He'll always be a legend, and I still enjoy his music, man. It's the best. When you see niece and nephew dance into it and having a good time, and that's all it is. You know what I mean? It gives them a good feeling. It gives them a good buzz. Awesome, absolutely awesome. I know it's his nephew playing him, so it'd be interesting to see this. And his nephew's been doing training, dancing, voice control, and all of that. So it'd be interesting to see.
Definitely. I'll watch it. I'm a fan. Always going to be a fan. I love his music, man. All right. before we get into the whole DC stuff, because that's the big stuff, let's talk about Last of Us season 3, episode 3. Bro, okay, hear me out here first, man. What a beautiful love story. Like, honestly, listen, I would have normally called that episode a filler episode. Any other show, I would have said, that's a filler episode, because it didn't really take the story or the two characters in their direction or move them forward. However, it did set the premise of the main character and the journey for the rest of the show.
Yes,
right? What I mean by that is, by the end of this episode, and we'll get back to the episode in a sec, by the end of this episode, that letter that he read, she was reading from the character Chris. Was it Chris? Oh, I forgot his name. Anyway, he said, I can't remember exactly on the letter, but he said stuff like, he wrote the letter. Frank, he wrote the letter, and he was writing, and he basically said something about, that's who we are. We are protectors. We protect the ones we love.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Any motherfucker that gets in the way, we're going to kill him. Right? That's who we are. But for me, that just set up the rest of the show, because that's who he is. He's going to be protecting this girl. I thought that was one of the best, and I'm still going to call it a filler episode, but I feel like that's one of the best filler episodes I've ever seen, where it didn't really move the two main characters in their journey, but it set the premises for the rest of the show. And again, as a filler episode, man, how amazing is it? I'm just saying it out there, man. They managed to put an amazing, beautiful, emotional love story as an episode, like an episode. It wasn't even a movie. It was a long episode, hour and a bit. But boy, that was a deep episode. Listen, there's a lot of a lot of fast forwarding and stuff in this episode of stuff that I didn't want to see. However, a beautiful story, man. Like, I love.
No, between the two, definitely. I mean, even me, when I was watching it, I was like, "This is deep. This is so deep." And then they dropped that tune, and you're like, "Oh man, I've been listening to that tune all week now, bro." But
that ending was sweet. I'm not gonna lie, bro. When spoiler alerts, bro. But when obviously he got a disease, and of course, I don't know what disease it was. It was cancer or something. I don't know what. But of course, there's no treatment. You're in this apocalyptic place and whatnot. But when he decided that was it, that was going to be his last day, and then he joined him as well, and he drank the pill, and he's like, if you're not around, man, I was like, wow, you know what, man, you really made a beautiful love story, and you got me, and in an episode, man. I'm like, it's not even a show, it's not even a movie, in one episode. Amazing, man. And it's great, and it didn't feel
forced, bro, because as a straight guy watching that, some people maybe find, like, I'm all about acceptance and respecting people's decisions and stuff like that. And sometimes I felt like in mainstream media it was forced, but it was written so well, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
It was written so well, because it didn't make me.
They were two gay men. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, I 100% agree. The story, it was written so well where it didn't feel forced. Because I asked Ashraf, like, because he's played the game. I'm like, Ash, in the game, was he gay? He goes, no, they didn't say that he was gay, but there was a letter from someone called Frank or something like that. But they didn't specific. So in this show, like, not only, it was a gay relationship, it was quite explicit, right? They showed a lot of, actions and stuff like that. But you're right. It wasn't forced, because I didn't sit there thinking, they done this because of wokeness. And maybe they did, but they done it and written it in such a way. And by the end of the show, you're just like, oh, fuck, that was fucking emotional, whatever you feel. I think there's been some hate, though. I believe I read something where a lot of haters, or I don't want to say homophobic or whatnot, I don't know if they were, but the show's been growing, right, in ratings or whatnot.
Yeah.
Apparently, this one dropped completely just because of that, I believe, where it became like, the rating was low or something. I read something like that. I don't know, but I agree. It wasn't forced, bro. Sorry, I cut you off. Go on, carry on.
No, it's all right, because that's where the straight. It's hard to say, man, but
I don't think it's straight. I think it's people who are just purely maybe homophobic, or actually, no, I can't say homophobic. I don't want to judge. I don't want to say what people are.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's hard. Like, I don't want to judge that, because I respect everybody's decision and who they are and how they express themselves. Yeah, because they would respect me in who I am and how I carry myself forward, express myself as well. So, like, we've never had an issue with anything like that in our lifetime. So I think general outside people who suffer that, who go through, I don't know, not suffer. Why am I saying that? It's a hard subject to talk about without offending anybody, because to a lot of people, this episode means a lot. You've introduced these characters, which you gave really good, true meaning to, and it's all about purpose. It's why we're here. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what we are and how we pave ourselves forward. It's our purpose. What is our purpose? And they showed it really beautiful.
And it set, like I said, it set the purpose of the main character moving forward, like the rest of the show, like through their relationship, right? That's how amazed. That's why I'm so like amazed at the writing of this show. Like I feel like it's one of the best ever. Like you set the purpose of the main character protecting this girl through a love story of a filler episode, right? I mean, and you know, it started so well because here's this survivalist type dude, because you know, I never thought it was gonna be a gay relationship. Like this dude, like he's got all these guns in his basement. In his basement. He calls, what do you call himself? A survivalist or whatnot?
A survivalist.
He created his own fenced-in generator, petrol. Like, he was just prepared, right? My guy was
exactly.
Before. And then he met this dude and whatnot, and then they had this relationship for like 16 years, and within that relationship, obviously, the main character, I forget their names, but they kind of phased in and out and whatnot. But it was, you know, again, it's like in these pandemic shows, these apocalyptic shows, you never really see sometimes like what some people do, or if some people can have relationships and whatever. Like you don't really get too much into that. And this, like I said, this episode showed that it was a beautiful love story, but also I was just so impressed with how they set up the premise of the rest of the show. I couldn't. When he was reading that letter, I was like, man, that hit hard. I was like, oh, that was so good. Like the way he said it, like we're protectors, and obviously the other lady, his girl or whatever, got killed in the episode before, but he's still got a purpose, which is this girl, and he's always been a protector. He tried to protect his daughter. He's tried to protect that girl. He's trying to protect his brother, trying to find his brother.
Exactly.
I think this episode just set it for the audience. Like he is a protector, and he is gonna protect this girl now moving forward. And I love the way they did that shit, man. Fucking amazing, man.
No, it was really good, really good. I'm looking forward to seeing. I can't wait. Episode 4 comes out today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow,
yeah. So I'm looking forward to watching that. Definitely looking forward.
I'm still watching. I know you haven't got into it, but I'm still watching Godfather of Harlem. And now last week's episode was the episode with Malcolm, because it is fictionalized, but it's about real characters as well, and some things are real, right? You got Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and you got some of the mafia family in there as well, the Colombo family and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, and the main character, Godfather of Harlem, is what's his name?
Forest Whitaker.
Forest Whitaker, but the character's name is Grumpy something. Oh my God, I've gone blank. Anyway, I tell you something, right? The show's wicked, but what I felt with the Malcolm X story, because it was the part where he went to Mecca. Oh. And of course, things are a bit different, but bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. They done it so well where I just felt, again, proud to be a Muslim and to be a part of and again, respects to all religions, because you all preach peace upon each other, but the way they done this, and the way you saw Malcolm X's mind turn in this, because remember, he was Nation of Islam, and you know, they have their thoughts where they just stick with black people and whatnot. And of course, he went through a lot of trauma with white people, which is why he also. But in this episode, when he was in Saudi and he was in a house of a local Saudi individual who was white skinned anyway, but the way he was treating him, the way the Saudi Muslim was treating him, brought him into his house. Would you want to pray with me? Like there was a scene in there where he was like, you know, but it was prayer time, and then Malcolm X refused to pray with him, not in a bad way, but he goes, brother, with all respects, like I only pray with black people and blah blah blah. And the way this regardless, this Muslim brother was still treating him like again, there was no animosity behind them, it was just differences. And this Muslim brother, rather than saying to him, you're wrong, you're doing it wrong, he just showed him Islam, which was acceptance. It doesn't matter if you're black, when you do your pilgrimage, because he got him into Mecca, there were some issues and whatnot. When you go to Mecca and you do your pilgrimage, you will see brothers and sisters, all ethnicities in this world, and we are all one. You will see that, right? So he didn't even try to tell like Brother Malcolm, no, brother, you're doing it wrong. Just racist. You shouldn't do it. No. He's like, brother, you will see the true Islam as you are here. And then through that episode, you see a transition of Malcolm X. You see the transition of him, again, breaking bread with white people, blonde hair, blue eyes, and people from Bangladesh and Indonesia, all of these countries around the world. And by the end of the episode, he does prayer with this Saudi brother who's got white skin. It's beautiful, bro. I was like, I know they've changed things a little bit, and I've seen the movies, but the way they done this show in this whole episode, you just see the transformation in Malcolm's head on how he truly started following the true Islam, where there is no color, there is no race, where you're all one, we are all bound by one rope. And to serve Allah. It was, I think for me personally, and I read his book as well, which was amazing as well. But just from a visual perspective, that was one of the best version of Malcolm X I've seen. You know what I mean? It is fictionalized.
They've never shown that before, you know?
Because remember,
we've read about it, we've spoken about it, but nobody actually, when you do a visualization of something, it really sinks in after, and you're like, oh man, and if it's done right, bro, if the writing's done well, and this is something that's happened in history that's not really spoken about because of what we've grown up with systematical education, you know, we wouldn't know that, because they would tell us, like, you know, the guys are freedom fighters and the rest of it, blah, 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 terrorists, blah, blah.
He was on FBI's wanted list, which is bullshit. He wasn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, they class him as a terrorist. Like, people wouldn't think that, but he's up there as, he's amazing, bro. I'm telling you, man. I mean, Denzel played the movie in the Malcolm X movie and whatnot, and they had a scene there which was beautiful as well. But listen, you gotta really, like, if you just watch this episode, like I say, from the beginning of the episode to the end of the episode, even when he got to Saudi, they put him in prison. I don't know if that was real. I can't remember that from his book, but they put him in prison because of they didn't see the legitimacy in his of him being a Muslim, because obviously only Muslims can enter Mecca, so they need to see something.
That's right.
Like, just with, like, he didn't have any bad feelings, but he was just like, yeah, usual shit and whatnot. But again, just the conversion of him, you can literally see him converting, I guess, or reverting back to true Islam within this episode. And like I said, by the end of it, he's praying side by side with this brother who is a white brother that, you know, he's always had this trauma about. It's amazing, bro. I watched the episode and I just felt amazing. Like, I really felt this was a beautiful episode, as well as all the other stuff they got in there. Like, you know, they got the mafia stuff all going on in there, but from the Malcolm X perspective, loved it, man. So great, great show, bro. I really do like that one.
Good to hear. Okay, definitely. I'll check that out.
All right, the big news, bro. The big news, right? So we'll get into all the DC stuff. Now we're getting into DC stuff, right? Before we get into the news that Mr. Who's the CEO? What's his name again? Why have I gone blank for, bro?
James Gunn
done the announcement. There's a couple things, right? So first, there's been some controversy about Zachary Levi, right? I think he said some anti-vax stuff, and people are fucking complaining and shit. I think what he's saying is not. I don't think is, you know, it's out there in the mainstream media actually that, you know, that the vaccine is not the cure. It does help you prevent things, but the real, you know, he just said some things, right? And I think people are trying to cancel him or some bullshit like that. Anyway, I don't know exactly what. Hopefully nothing does happen. You know, we got that movie Shazam coming out. I think Zachary Levi is awesome. And with the vaccine or non-vaccine, we know what the vaccine has done to our own mother. But first of all, we've seen the vaccine. It hasn't really cured anyone or prevented anyone from getting COVID. That's facts. Second of all, we've seen what it's done to our own mother. Since she got her booster, she's lost her taste and smell, and she hasn't got that back because of the booster, right?
Yep.
We all got vaccinated. I got vaccinated, all that sort of shit. But again, man, like, we were forced into it. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't have taken it, and I would have relied on my health, which I always have. But anyway, people are giving him shit just because he said the same thing. But right now, everyone's saying the same. Like before, you would get blocked on YouTube and all that sort of stuff. And if you was to say something bad about the vaccine or about COVID or whatnot, now everything, because they were saying it's misinformation. Now everything that you're hearing now is all like it's the same shit. All the stuff that they used to say is misinformation is now on the mainstream media. It's just like freaking hell. It's the way it runs business and whatnot, man. All bullshit.
No,
Anyway.
I know it's hard. I mean, and bro, listen, he lost his dad a couple of days ago or something like that before the tweet went out. So he was just, this is the problem with social media, because you could air shit that you really, if you're in a status like that where you're got thousands and millions of followers, that you're gonna get a cult following, right? So it's very hard. I mean, we've not got a big following or nothing like that, and I'm always careful about how I say things because I'm respectful. But that's the problem. We live in a society now where like say what you want to say. Like there's this thing that's going around TikTok at the moment now. And I don't really like talking about it, but there's a TikToker that's in Dubai, lives in Dubai on holiday or whatever. And he was trying to tell people, fuck mental health. It's nothing. It's just an excuse. You're making excuses. You don't suffer mental health. And the thing is, he didn't really, I don't think he knew what he was talking about, because if you haven't had any type of loss, you haven't gone through something tragic, those are things that can add on to your mental stress. As a father, the daily battle of getting out of bed, knowing that you need to provide or, try and keep children happy, and the hard work that goes into it. I know what dad did, and I know how he's suffering now. It's hard work. It's not easy. Of course, it's going to affect your mental health. You're away from home for the week because you have to go into work. You don't get to spend no time with your kids, your family, your wife, your spouse. You know what I mean? So that does play a part of your mental health, because you want to be with them. You want to experience things with them. If COVID didn't happen, I wouldn't hear my daughter's first words or see her walk for the first time. So for me, it was a blessing. But this guy is saying that, it's like, oh, bro, you got to be careful. And you got, again, tons of millions of followers. And you're talking about mental health in that way. I mean, what are people inspired to be nowadays? Like, you follow these guys because they influence you in some sort of way, right? But if they're saying the wrong things, why are you still... It's a shame, because that people will follow anybody that they have something relatable to, right? That's how it works. But that, like, putting that out there in the ether, and a lot of people say it, people that suffer from mental health, ADHD, dyslexia, learning difficulties, stuff like that. It was about, I mean, we do this because it encourages both of us in what we do, and then hopefully inspire another person in the process. What he done there, I was like, oh man, you're gonna get it, bros. And then there was pure videos of him getting it. He must have been like, you have to be built a certain way to take that amount of hate, bro. Because
so who exactly are you talking about? Sorry, I missed that part. I quickly saw something. Who was it?
Yeah, the guy in Dubai. There's a guy in Dubai who said, mental health is an excuse.
Okay. Is he like an influencer out here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he must.
Anyway, fake guy.
The thing is,
fake.
like, all the greats, from, when I say greats, I'm talking about anyone and everyone, right? Like, who you could find inspiring, from, like, be it Muhammad Ali, be it David Goggins or whatever, will tell you that mental health is a thing, because you all suffer some sort of trauma, whatever it is, right? It's how you handle it. Those individuals, I find them inspiring, is how you handle it. Like, that's why I love David Goggins so much. And he's helped. Listen, man, I complain about shit out here. Like I told you in the beginning, when we were talking, I should have a whole blog about the Dubai Madness dramas, right? But there is dramas, and it does get me upset, and it does drive me nuts and whatnot. But like, those are some bullshit issues, right? But when I hear someone like David Goggins and just always the odds are always against him and everything, but it's the way you handle it, which I love them about, because they're like, I do suffer mental issues. I do suffer failures. I do suffer things that I don't want to do and I hate it and I feel like everything's shit and I want to complain and scream and I'm swearing. And it's how I handle it. It's how I get up and keep fucking moving forward. You know, someone saying that it's not true, I don't know. Maybe he's living a nice, glamorous life and he's rich and he's got no worries because maybe his mom and dad done everything. I don't know. But, you know, I suffered some sort of trauma. I'm not going to lie. All that racist shit I went through in Hong Kong, I still think about it, man. I still think about it. I have some of those people in my head still. It gets me angry still. The racist shit I went through, the issues I went through with the police there. I sometimes have these random moments. I don't know why, but it's obviously some sort of trauma that I have where I just want to, I visualize the police officers that used to be racist to me and abuse me and harass me in Hong Kong. And I feel like, man, I would love to fight that motherfucker. Like, I think about it, like, oh man, I wish
I know, bro.
And elbowed him in the face. Like, we all have traumas, man. I think like the issue with like mental health is not what do you call it? Not being able to speak about it and let people hold
exactly.
it inside. That's when shit gets worse. And I'm not saying you should use mental health as an excuse to just say, oh, it's mental health, I can't do it. No, I agree on the fact that you gotta find ways on how to handle it. And that's different for everyone. But you gotta express it, man. You gotta express it. You gotta have that conversation. And that's the only way you're gonna grow from it. You gotta be inspired by certain people, be it religion or anything like that. You gotta be inspired to be able to get over the mental health. That's what it is, man. Everyone's gonna have some kind of mental health issues. It's how you find your way to overcome it. And that could be any way possible. But to just say, that's an excuse, man, you don't know shit. Like, you ain't gone through nothing, or you're just, you know, I don't know. Maybe for you, you don't have any, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, because it does exist for a lot of people. And it's not fucking fair to just say it's an excuse because you ain't gone through half the shit, or not even an ounce of the shit that some people might have gone through. And you are still fighting who got mental health issues and are still fighting and moving forward. Like, those are people who are inspiring and shit like that. So I don't know. People up there.
I mean, it's a whole different thing. But yeah, listen, I hope Zachary Levi all is well. Shazam comes out in March, so I'm looking forward to it. We've got loads of stuff, man. We've got Creed 3, but let's jump on the DC stuff.
Yeah, so real quick on the DC stuff. So HBO's Penguin spin-off series will lead into Batman 2, and Batman 2 is looking to be released around October 3rd, 2025. That's the date now. It'll most probably change.
Cool.
However, these Batman movies, the Joker movies, James Gunn did say when he made his big announcement about the DC universe and the plans that they got, which they're calling it Gods and Monsters. These movies are, what do you call them, outside of they call them
the Elseworld stories.
The Elseworld stories, which are awesome. So listen, I'm glad those movies are happening. I'm glad the Joker's happening, and the Penguin series will have wicked. The announcement that he made. Wow, like, listen, first of all, it's exciting. It's super exciting. I'm not familiar with all the characters and all the stories, but it's so exciting that a plan was laid out. And you're just like, oh my God, I've got so much amazing things to look forward to. I'm not familiar what the big bad story is going to be and what they're going to lead up to. But just to know, finally, that the DCU has a lineup of movies where they're all going to be connected is so fucking exciting, because we have not truly had that. You know what I mean?
No, we didn't.
I find it so exciting. I'm just not familiar with all of the characters that they're going to use. And so I'm just kind of like, well, look, you know what? Your guy's job now, and James Gunn he's been a part of this with the MCU, and I'm using Guardians of the Galaxy as an example. Your job now is all the characters that I'm actually not familiar with is to make me love them. You've done that with Guardians of the Galaxy and Groot and freaking trees and raccoons and shit like that. Do that for me with the DC universe. And I'm not saying all the DC universe movies need to be like James Gunn style. No, I don't want to see that. No. But make them lovable. That's your lot job now. Make them lovable. Make me excited about this story, this 10-year story. And I'm in anyway. I'm already in, but make me love those characters. That's my only thing. If they do that, you know, basically it's exciting, bro. Like, what's your thoughts about all the titles and everything?
Bro, listen, there's so many on there, and there's a list, guys, and we've already done our reactions on social media, so check it out. But hold on, you know what? Let me just pull up the image, man, and talk about some of the projects that are coming out. Listen, to the fact that DC have somebody like Kevin Feige with James Gunn's record of what he's done, I think he's going to be a great part to the DC and Warner Brothers Studios, bro, because this is leadership and fellowship that they needed, bro, because I felt like nobody had the guts to step forward and say, let's try and sort this out. Let's what he did was brave, bro.
Yeah, because nobody wanted to get involved with the Warner Brothers and DC universe and fuck it up even more and feel, because it was like I wouldn't say it was a failing project, but nobody would they want to be a part of the success, which was Marvel. Nobody wanted to be really a part of the DC, just in case it, like, because it was failing. I don't want to say failing. It just wasn't doing as well. But to step up and say, listen, let's fix this thing. Yes, it is brave. And even more braver, man, you had to take some heat when you had to get rid of, Henry Cavill especially, you know what I mean? Like, you had to take some heat, and you have to be brave, and you have to be strong, and you have to have some kind of characteristics where you're like, I'm going to make this announcement, guys. So let's fucking, the floodgates are going to be open on Twitter and whatnot. We're going to have to take it, guys. Don't look at the comment section, even though he is, but it's brave, man. Fucking hell.
No, very brave, bro. Very brave. And I rate him. It was a great announcement. I was excited, bro. Fully excited. Here's a guy who knows about material and what to use. Because the Guardians of the Galaxy, when he did it, bro, he knew the comic books, bro. He picked characters that, yes, nobody knew, bro. Nobody knew about them. They're not mainstream characters, but he made them number one, bro. He made even bigger than X-Men, bro. These guys were like the Z team, bro. He made them the X-Men number one spot, bro. So you know what I mean? With the Avengers, bro. He made them that level, bro. And then him jumping onto Suicide Squad and bringing his style of work into it worked perfectly, bro. Because again, he picked characters. He went to the comic books. He looks at the source material. You go on his Instagram and his Twitter feed. He's always reading comic books, but he's a guy that's going to bring the material to the table. You know what I mean? He's going to bring that mythology into DC, and some of the characters and some of the stories he's picked are amazing. And he's not going way back 70 years. He's going back 10 years, 10 years of comic books of let's build a new DC movie without bringing the old DC into it. We don't need to bring 1960s Batman and the way the story was and the rest of it. We've got great stories. And I want to represent these great stories with good writing, good directors, and have their own visuals. So we know that we're going to get, the Flash movie is going to be the reset of the DC universe. We're going to get Blue Beetle. We're going to get Aquaman 2. He said his first project, which is going to come out in 2025, is going to be Superman Legacy, which he's writing currently at the moment. Such a big character. This guy needs some love, bruv. You know what I mean? We've waited a very long time. Warner Brothers, they fucked up. Sorry, guys. I love you guys.
Well, he said it himself, didn't he? I swear he said it himself. I read something where he said the previous seniors of Warner Brothers fucked Henry Cavill over.
Yeah,
he said
did,
it himself. Yeah. So it's not like we fired him. No, the previous CEO, the previous owners or whatever, they fucked him up. But yeah, carry on. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, that's right. So we've got Superman Legacy, which is currently being in writing at the moment now.
You know what? My thoughts on that, though, even though that's the first one, his first project and whatnot, there is a lot of pressure. There is a lot of pressure, not just because it's Superman. You got rid of Henry Cavill. You're starting off the universe. There is so much pressure, and I think he's going to do a great job. But I think there's going to be so much pressure on that movie because it's going to be the true kickoff, I think, of the DC universe. And it's James Gunn, and it's the replacement of Henry Cavill. It's going to be such a there's a lot riding
on this, bro. There's a lot.
I hope it does.
Definitely.
I'm gonna 100% be there for the movie. I hope it does amazing. But yeah, no.
No, listen. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where he goes with this. Then you got Authority, which is almost like DC's X-Men story. Each of these characters have got different abilities. I don't want to compare it to Marvel because it's completely different, but it's the only one that I can think of that's almost like the X-Men team. If they do this well, bro, I think he'll get these characters really known and really loved as well. The Brave and the Bold, bro, the story of Batman and his son, Damian Wayne, bro, you know what I mean? Daughter of, what's her name again? Talia al Ghul. So this is a good story, bro. You know, this Robin is completely different to the other Robins we've got. You know what I mean? He was raised by the League of Assassins. You know what I mean? He's raised by Ra's al Ghul, his granddad. So he's come into this world where Batman suddenly finds out he's got a son, and trying to put him on the path of, no, man, we don't kill people, but try and set in a good path for them. Is a great story. So he's picking out some really good stories, bro. The next one is the science fiction epic he wants to do of Supergirl, which is the Woman of Tomorrow. You know, as he said, she's a much more jaded character. She wasn't raised on Kansas and with two loving parents. She was raised on a piece of Krypton and saw all of her beloved people pass away. And James Gunn's already said this, bro, but it was one of, you know, the best comic books that came out for Supergirl in that time. If you get the chance to read it, bro, and you go to the comic book shop, grab that. Very good read. He's picked some really good projects that are going to cement the DC Studios universe. It's going to be a fresh take on these characters. You know, it's not the characters that we knew back in the 80s and 90s. We're getting a fresh take, and this will introduce. This is what they're doing, bro, really well. Is this will introduce new fans, bro. It's exactly what Marvel did in Phase 1, bro. Is introduce these characters. We're going to change their origin story, but we're going to introduce them to new fans. And it's a consumer thing. And then the Swamp Thing movie, bro. I can't believe we're going to get this, bro. So this is where it gets all mystical, and we get a great story about the Swamp Thing. So I don't know what story they're going to go with, but the fact that they picked that. But then we've got television projects. Excuse me, I'm going to go through this quickly. I'm not going to stay. I got to run quickly. But Creature Commandos. I haven't got no history on these, so I'm not sure what these characters are based on, but I will look into it and see what they are. We've got Amanda Waller, Viola Davis is coming back to do a TV series on that as well, which will be interesting to see. So these are the HBO stuff. Booster Gold. This is a character that's going to be very interesting that they're going to introduce him into this universe as well. You know, he's picked really good, quirky characters that have got a good story. You know, this is a story about a guy who wants to be a superhero, but is a loser in the future. So he travels back in time and becomes a hero in that time. So it's very interesting to see that he's picked these characters. The Lanterns, I'm excited, bro. You know, we haven't had a Green Lantern movie since, you know, Mr. Ryan Reynolds lose. I still watch that movie anyway, but yeah, Lanterns, he said True Detective, bro. As soon as he said True Detective, I was like, this guy, you know, he's already given it a feel to it already. So could you imagine it? It'd be like Hal Jordan narrating a story, and it's got Jon Stewart in it, and they're trying to investigate this fucking cosmic shit. I was excited, bro. As soon as he mentioned True Detective, because I love that show, you know, it'd be interesting to see where they take it from there. And then we've got Paradise Lost, which is based in Themyscira, which is where Wonder Woman's from. It'd be interesting to see what they talk about and do about the Amazonians and the birthplace of Wonder Woman. So this drama should be like, you know, as he said, he gave good descriptions, bro. It'd be like what did they call it? Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see that. But yeah, listen, bro, there's so much happening. I'm really happy that we got that. That's the fact that he spoke to the fans and gave us something. That's amazing. Sorry, I got thrown off. I need to go pick him up. It's getting late.
Listen, bro. I mean, he had to make an announcement, right? And of course, he was preparing for it. He wasn't just going to make an announcement just because everyone wanted him to, and because of all the backlash and bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think it was a great way to make an announcement, because it's an announcement with a plan. It's an announcement with a solution. It's not just addressing the issue. He's addressing. And when I say addressing the issue, there's no issue, but just addressing the fans after all the dramas that's been happening with an exciting 10-year solution. That's what I loved about it.
Exactly.
He came to us with a solution. And of course, I reckon there'll be more movies in between. I reckon things will change, as the MCU has always changed, right?
Yeah.
But I just love the fact that he came to us and addressed us with an amazing, exciting solution, where you're not there and like, oh, okay, so you're addressing the issue, but what's next? Like that would have been worse. I think they done it amazingly. He just came out with a solution, and I'm super excited. I love the movies. I don't know about all the characters. I'm in. I'm already in. Just
Invested,
You
bro.
know,
Invested.
I
That's
hope
the
they
main
do.
thing.
I hope they do it well. I'm gonna start becoming a new fan of some of these DC characters. Apart from the normal ones who I'm already familiar with, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. Super exciting. I'm excited to follow two big major stories, one from Marvel, one from DC. How exciting is that, man? You're getting two, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I love being a fan of both. I don't know how some people just pick one. It's so exciting to be a fan of both, where you're getting two huge stories. It's just fucking exciting. I don't know how you would pick one. I'm just like, yeah, man, I'm in the best position because I got two of them that I could follow. So that's even better.
Exactly. Appreciate, guys. Appreciate. All right, now that's amazing news from the DC studios, and I'm happy to see where they head off in the future. So there's so much more coming in, guys. Make sure you keep a hold up, man. Eye on our social media pages. And as always, man, guys, a massive thank you for the support on the channel. You guys are absolutely amazing. Check out the Twitter giveaway. Check out the gaming channel, guys. All the links are in the description, guys. Follow us there. G-Man's playing God of War at the moment. And I'll keep posting. Keep an eye on our socials. We've got some stuff going on this week. Massive shout outs to Logitech. Guys, I'm using the Logitech headset, using the Logitech Brio camera. The links again are in the description box. The kit that we use, I use the Blue Yeti Mini mic. They always show us love. I'm at an event with them on Wednesday doing a masterclass with them. And, you know, they've support, there's people there that support the podcast, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, guys, make sure you check them out as well. But yeah, listen, guys, have a wonderful time. G-Man, as always, bro, we'll catch up, bro.
Peace. All right.